Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher. And today we're going to take a look at the tangle Andante from Lily Moon. Alright, this is a gorgeous tangle, and had so much fun with this today at our tangle time. If you are interested in taking or just joining in on a live Zentangle session, would love to have you on Thursdays. Information to connect with me is below in the description section. Just head to my website tangleaddicts.com and click on classes, and I do my best to keep that updated, but would love to have you. Alright, this starts off with just a curvy line, and I'm going to behave myself. You'll see. I'll share my fun from earlier. But you can play with how tall these are, how far apart they are. Amazing things can be done with it. Alright, so once you have this, then we're going to do some spirals. And okay, so the first one, so I'm looking at my wavy line this way. I'm just actually going to, well, I might as well start at the end here. Okay, you know what, I'm going to see if I can draw this the way it is. I think I can. Alright, so we're going to draw a spiral coming from, let's see, looking at the peaks of we'll call, the curve line. We have, valleys and we have peaks. So looking at this peak right here, we're going to come to the left side of that, so the going up, and we're going to, I'm going to trace over that line a little bit. We call it takeoff and lands. Well, this one is more of like just take off. So I'm tracing over a little bit, and then I'm coming off to this side, kind of filling in this this open area here. Okay, and we're going to do that again in each, same side of every, every peak, or the side, I should say, of every peak. And just like I said, just a nice simple spiral. You get to decide how big you want it, and all of that. Alright, that's the first step. Second, or actually no, that's the third, that is the second step. Now we'll do the third step. In these open spaces here, we're going to do spirals also, but it's just going to be, it's going to be into this open space. Oh, wait a minute. Oh no, that's why. Okay, never mind. So a couple ways to think about it. I keep having to look back to the step out, but and in looking at it, so besides putting a spiral in each open section, ultimately, we're also, we started off on this side. The one for here is going to start here, and while normally I would think, oh, we'll just draw it the same way, or oh, I can flip the tile and basically rinse and repeat, but that's not going to work for this tangle. It's we're going to do the spiral in the opposite direction. So coming from this line, so this is the right side of, kind of coming on the downside of, of this peak. So we're going to come out and make our spiral like so. And then I have one more chance here because I did draw mine. I drew it kind of big so you can see, but it's also on a 2x2 bijou tile, so that doesn't give me a lot of room, but that's okay because we just want to get the crux of the tangle, and that's why I call them Zentangle Quickies. All right, next step. Once you have that, we're going to draw curve lines. So focusing in on, well, I'm just going to start here in the middle because it's just where my pen wants to go. So we're going to go on the outside of the spiral, making a nice curve line to the outside of this peak. And you could start on the peak and go to the spiral. That's completely up to you. And I'm going to do that again where I'm tracing over a little bit. I traced over this line a little bit as my takeoff, and then as I landed, I attempted to come down onto the side of this spiral. And so for the tops, or for the one side, it's the same thing. And this one is just a little partial. This one we can flip over and do the same thing. So again, the outside of this spiral. Whoops, down onto, there we go. That was a little bit of a kooky top there anyway. Like that, and then actually this one is going to go off, but we would have this spiral starting, oh, we might see another loop there. Okay, very good. Next step, and this is where we found it just really interesting, is we're going to aura this. Well, here's what, well, let me do it, then I'll point out what's interesting. So looking at just this portion of the spiral, we're going to aura that into this section here. And this one went a little bit weird, but we'll make do. Okay? And, oh, I might as well do all those. So we're going to just do all of those. Yeah, I saw some really neat options on our Tangle Time today. One was, you could make these as far apart or as close together as you want. You can add something called a sparkle, which is basically lifting up your pen at a certain point, like this, and you would just do it continuous. I'm not going to do that on this one, so I'm going to fill that in. But that's just want to share that technique. We do that one on, specifically, as I'm thinking about it, on Tangle called Xander. Alright, and this one that's a partial, and then over here, I have another partial. Alright. And actually, from this point, this is essentially the tangle. But you can decorate, shade, however you like. The way I really like this, and this is how Lily has in on the sample on her Step Out, which is on tanglepatterns.com, and that link will also be in the description box below, is to fill in, kind of making stripes and filling in every other one. Now, this one, you can also add the shine. And the way you do that is just leaving a gap kind of in the middle. And then I'm going to do that. Actually, a lot of times what I do is I'll do the sparkle first, like this. Kind of scribbling in halfway. And then filling in the rest, because sometimes I forget. Because I just get all wrapped up in coloring and filling in. And this one, I'm just going to fill the rest of that. Maybe widen it a little. Remembering that the filling in is a great place, a great way to course correct. Oh, and I didn't point out what I was going to point out. So this is neat in that it seems like this has changed shape. And actually, here's another course correction. I'm just going to I'm tracing over that line because I had a little carryover. But what was, here's one I had started. But see how this kind of looks like a fan shape. And what's so interesting is by auraing in the manner that we did, it almost it like changes the shape, and especially once we have the little stripes filled in, it's just really, really cool. Alright, and so we're going to just do, like I said, I'm going to do every other one, and actually I think I'm going to, let me hit pause really quick, and, because I think I've given all of my words of wisdom on at least doing this part, well too, and using the fill-in opportunity to be able to course correct anything that you don't like. And it's too, well, let me also add, while I'm at it, because I think I did, but I'm just going to reiterate it in case I didn't. The decorating part is all up to you. You don't have to do this. Like I mentioned, somebody on our call earlier did the lines a little bit closer together and left that little gap, so that was kind of like a shine. If you're using a toned paper, you can come back with you know, a white jelly roll or white charcoal pencil, and go over, you know, that center section to add that shine if you like. I do like to have, you know, just like the end part colored in, so I was, you know, I'm adding a section because that's what I want to have it look like. So, all right, I'm just gonna, because it's only gonna take me a minute here, but don't want to have you suffer through this. So, if you're tangling along with me, you hit pause right now, and we'll be back in a minute. Okay, and there we have it. Then it's just up to you for, you know, for shading, any other kind of decoration that you might want to do, and I'll show you some of those ideas. But here's something for shading. One thing, you know, on this side, you know, at the peaks, and I guess, and you could do it underneath here too. This there we go. You can add some graphite, and we'll just spread it out a little bit here with the tortilla. Oh, yeah. And it just, you know, you don't have to shade. It really adds some life and looks and it just looks really neat when it's done. Oh, so that's kind of cool. Also, you know, let me do this first, or not first. Let me do this next. Just a little bit on the inside of either side of these sections here. Following those lines, and then I'm not, because they're small, I'm not going to spread it out too much. And I'm almost doing what I call like a pushing, you know, either back and forth or a pushing motion. Because it's small, and I want to leave some of that natural tile color in there. So I totally didn't do this one, but you can see already how it's like, oh, that the shine part adds some shape to it, but adding the graphite just makes it, you know, even more so. And you know, you can play with, you know, how dark you want that to be, but just having it with a little bit of gradient, just wow. Just wow. Alright, then another thought. I'm just going to put some graphite. I'm just going to try that. So I put some on the underside of the spiral right here, and then just a little bit right here. Could go all the way around following that, which I'm kind of doing by just dragging the graphite a little bit. Oh, see, that looks neat. And so keeping the, oh, let me just do all this one side. Keeping the that spiral a bit open, so not real tight, makes that possible, because even here, you know, you want to have a little bit of the original tile color. Otherwise, it just kind of defeats the whole purpose. Because otherwise then it just ends up being gray. And it's neat because you can see the difference between these and these that are undone. And, you know, and again, it's a personal choice, and, you know, you can have fun with, you know, how light or dark you apply the graphite. If you're, well, a good way to start is just by going light first, and then you can always add. But there we go. Isn't that gorgeous? And then there's other ways that you can decorate it. This one is not done, but here what I did was I added just like some orange sections just to kind of complete like an outer circle and an inner circle, and then we just are auraing, you know, the contour, you know, on both sides, and then filling it with something. So this one I filled with I'm filling with orbs, and then here's another one. This one is more done, and this one I did enormously, as you can see, and then I added a little Hollis tangle on the inside. This is done on a Renaissance tile, the black, or the tan tile, so besides having black, I have a little bit of brown, and then you could add the white charcoal to really make it pop. So this one I decided to, did my, my four corners and border, and I decided to take the corners that were there, and then anything that was still kind of visible, and I boxed it in, similar to what I had done here, but I thought, well, I'll just box it in, and this one I added lines. So there's some options for you. I hope you have fun with this. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, thumbs up, likes are fantastic. Share the video if you so desire. And also, if you like the video enough to see more, would love to have you subscribe or follow, depending on what platform that you're watching this on. I appreciate all of it. And again, in the description section, you'll find all kinds of, some links and information. And with that, I think that's it. I think I haven't forgotten anything this time. And again, I really appreciate you watching, and I wish you happy tangling.